Pavitra Prem, unadulterated love. Love it gives you undisturbing happiness. Not the so-called sensual love. It gives a momentary pleasures and happiness, immediately followed by tremendous pain and grief and suffering and so on. That you all know. I don't have to explain at all. You know much more than what I know. Because you are living in the midst of sufferings and turmoils and disturbances and whatnot. So, how can a devotee, a person who wants to live a spiritual path, attain such love? Chidananda says, first the company of holy men that awakens Shraddha in God. After Shraddha, that means Shraddha gives birth to Nishtha, single-minded devotion to the idol. In that stage, the devotee doesn't like to hear anything but talk about God. He performs only those acts that please God. After Nishtha comes Bhakti. Bhakti. Shraddha, then Nishtha, then Bhakti. Devotion to God. From Bhakti then springs up Bhava. From the Bhava springs up Mahabhava. That is the supreme attitude. Prema. Mahabhava is prema. And last of all, the attainment of God Himself. You are reaching the source of the prema. Swami used to often quote the story of Nachiket from the Kathopanishad. Nachiket was a very young boy. He was told by his father in a fit of anger, I am offering to Yama, god of death. And the son was a true, pure soul, and he had tremendous devotion to parents. So whatever the father said should be done. When the father said, I am offering to Yama, he gladly went to Yama. He didn't hesitate. Oh, how can I die? So he takes some medication to stop my death. He didn't go through that process. He simply went to Yama. How did he become so fearless? To face death? He became fearless because, the Upanishad says, it was because of Shraddha. Shraddha entered into him. Shraddha is the aggregate of all positive attitudes. Shankaracharya termed it as Astikya Buddhi. Astikya Buddhi. Believing 100% in the divine presence of God is Shraddha. Indeed, when one gets this possible frame of mind, this positive attitude, he discovers the great potential, strength and enormous possibilities in him. Swami Vivekananda, referring to this value of Shraddha, said, unfortunately, Shraddha has nearly vanished. And that's why we are in our present state. What makes the difference between man and man is this Shraddha and nothing else. What makes one man great and another low is this Shraddha. These are the words of Vivekananda. So, Cultivating Shraddha in oneself is the best way to overcome emotional problems that many face. Whether in school or in college or in professional life, we seem to lose this Shraddha in ourselves. One should not run away from life, rather learn to face it with courage and heroism. Kathopanishad rouses this inner potential by its well-known statement, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavarana Nibodhata. Arise, awake and stop not when the goal is reached. So all through these stages, arising and awakening and not stopping, Shraddha is the one that leads. If Shraddha breaks, you are gone. Swami Vivekananda used to recommend reading of Upanishads. He believed that if one could read these great scriptures, one would gain all the basic values and virtues in life. During his wandering days in 1892, Swami Vivekananda spent 9 days with Sri Sundaram Iyer in Trivandrum. Sri Iyer's 14-year-old boy, Ramaswamy Shastri, was deeply impressed by Swami Vivekananda's personality. Swami Vivekananda told that boy, "You are still a young boy. I hope and wish that you will reverentially study the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, and the Bhagavad Gita." Swami is telling to the boy of 14 years, please note that point. He didn't say, enjoy your life. Then after 60, 70 years you come and study Upanishads. He didn't say that. No. By the time your Shraddha is already dead and you are gone. It's an illusion. People think they can practice discipline after 70. After 70, you think nothing but death. Always you will be constantly thinking about your body health, your physical health, mental health, and so on and so forth, and surroundings. What will happen to your money in bank? What happened to your properties? What happened to your kids? What will happen to your grandchildren? Finished. At the time of hour of death, you think of your grandson and passing life. No. So, Swami is telling, when you are young, energetic, vigorous, read Upanishads. At the right time, you must sow the seed. Not at the wrong time. So also, you must read Itihasas, Puranas, and the Agama Shastras. In olden days, pretty olden days, I myself have seen during my days how the students would go to teachers' home and stay there, Gurukulas, and study these Upanishads and Vedas. By the time the boy is ready for receiving Gayatri Upadesh, he is full of all this scriptural knowledge. The whole Amarkosha was in his tongue. Amarkosha is nothing but Sanskrit dictionary. And afterwards, if you enter studies in the book, you may not understand. But the foundation was laid when he was tender boy. But those days are gone. So, along with that happiness also is gone. Only whatever happiness you are enjoying, that trash, it's nothing. You should not call it as happiness at all. Anyway, you will not find the like of these scriptures anywhere in the world. Man alone, of all living creatures, has a hunger in his heart to know whence and whither, the whys and wherefores of things. There are 4 key words you must remember. 4 key words. Abhaya, fearlessness. Ahimsa, non-injury. asanga, non-attachment, and ananda, bliss. These words really sum up the essence of all our sacred books. Remember them, their implication will become clear to you later on. When Goswami Tulsidas ji began to write the holy and sublime epic Ramcharitmanas, it's a famous epic, he first prayed to Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. His Shraddha prompted him to offer prayers. Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupino Yabhyam Vina Napashyanti Siddha Swantastam Ishwaram. How nicely he has offered. He firmly believed that the great epic being written by him through divine inspiration could not serve the purpose of enlightening the masses and liberating them from the agonies and sufferings of the world without the divine grace of Bhavani Shankar, as Parvati and Shiva. Therefore, he ardently invoked the grace of Bhavani Shankar. So this was originated from the depths of his aspiring soul and is the key to the understanding of the basic divine attributes of masculine and feminine divinity, which actually manifests as Shiva, Shakti, Bhavani Shankar. Bhavani Shankaro Vande means we pray to the goddess Parvati and God Shankar. Who are they? Shraddha Vishwasarupino. Parvati is Shraddha. Shiva is Vishwasa. Shraddha, absolute intrinsic faith that inspires and inculcates divine virtues and values. That is Shraddha. Shraddha has got a lot of meanings. And Vishwasa, unperturbed confidence and inner belief. That is Vishwasa. Together prepare the ground for the manifestation of the divine force of Shiva Parvati. Their idols, which we worship in the temples by offerings of flowers, ablution, kumkum, etc., are only symbols to help us focus our faith and devotion. The rituals of worship are also symbolic. We have to clearly understand that the key to receiving divine grace lies in Shraddha and Vishwasa. Yabhyam vina napashyanti, without which no one, not even a Siddha, can have a vision of the indwelling divinity. So, to receive the divine grace, to receive the Kripa of the Lord, Shraddha and Vishwasa are most essential. So without the grace of God, how can we have any progress in spirituality? Once upon a time, when Rishi Parshuram learned the world was suffering from anarchy, corruption, injustice, exploitation, and immorality in every walk of life, Parshuram became very impatient. He could not sit like a silent observer. In reflective silence, he prayed for guidance and light to be able to find an effective remedy. So he went to Uttarkashi, a famous place in Himalayas, for engaging himself in rigorous austerity, tapas. And he was meditating on Lord Shiva. invoking His grace to help him to do service to the humanity, to punish these wicked people who are causing chaos in the human society. And Lord Shiva was pleased by his tapas and blessed him with angelic axe, Parashu, and bid him to use it for the eradication and uprooting of all the evils and vices that had spread in the society of that time. Indeed, Parashuram did liberate the earth from all the evil forces and immoral trends. Nothing could stand before the infinite might of Shiva's weapon. The scriptures are full of such descriptions evincing the ultimate eternal power of Lord Shiva. But what has happened today? We also worship and offer our devotion to Lord Shiva. Still we remain afflicted by so many difficulties and sufferings. Why is not the divine grace of Shiva bestowed upon us? Why and how we have lost the righteous path and sullied our lives despite being His devotees? When will God lift us? Anyway, the answer to all these questions is cultivate Shraddha. Just concentrate on doing, worshipping, serving God sincerely, honestly. God will give the result. You don't have to ask God for it. God is knower of everything. He sees your heart. If your heart is pure, if it is full to the brim with Shraddha, surely, without being asked, God will render all help that you require. So that's the way it is. How Shraddha is very necessary in our spiritual plan. So, the value, the cultivation of Shraddha should be leading us to improve our quality of spiritual practice. Quality. No doubt we are doing meditation, no doubt we are doing some sort of discipline. But if Shraddha is there, we become more and more serious and earnest about practicing discipline with great zeal. Great zeal. So, quality of bhakti is really important. That we get through cultivation of Shraddha. The path of the devotion is shown to be the most successful in leading to salvation, and scriptures and sacred texts reinforce the indispensable effect of God's grace in installing pure and unshakable Shraddha in him. It is not easy for human beings to understand the extent of God's grace as long as they are under the dragnet of the sense of I and mine. This sense of ego confirms the false belief in individuals that they function on their own right alone, masking the truth of God's presence that animates and sustains the entire universe. The quality of bhakti is experienced in the simplest of manner by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, even as he reveals his penchant for those who remain devoted to him. So, the principle of surrender is the crux of this relationship between the Lord and his devotees. The Lord assures that to those who worship him, meditate on him alone, and who constantly are steeped in his thoughts, he brings attainment of what they do not have and preservation of what they have attained. Yogakshema. The Lord promises total protection of his devotees at all times and at all costs. He makes it clear that the sincerity in acts of worship, rather than the acts themselves, are what matters. Even a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or a drop of water is acceptable to God when offered with true Shraddha. Patram pushpam phalam toyo bhaktya me prechati. Their bhaktya means Shraddha. Those who offer them with great Shraddha, I accept that. Now, is there any example of such Shraddha being exhibited? Yes, there is. In Bhagavad, the story of Kuchela or Sudama, most fantastic story. His devotion, his Shraddha towards Krishna was exemplary. He never desired anything. He wanted only Krishna. His mind was totally absorbed and full of Krishna only. And he believed it more than 100%. But his family position was, they were utterly poor, even very difficult to get master of food, and he had plenty of children. So wife would always say, what? We are suffering so much. You are having great Shraddha in Krishna. Will you not please meet him and see what can he do for us, what way he can help us? He is the king now, Dwarkadish. And you claim he is your best friend. And your Shraddha towards Krishna is total. Why don't you go? She prompts him. She prompts him not because she is having Shraddha with Krishna. She prompts him just to overcome her poverty. Her mind was still on the material plane. No comparison with Kuchela's mind. So, but Kuchela or Sudama, he felt tremendous, indescribable joy in his heart. Because his wife was giving him an opportunity to go and see his most beloved Lord Krishna, whom he had not seen for many years. After his education period was over, Krishna went to Dwarka and he came back to his home. He felt so much joy. And with great devotion, with tears in his eyes, full of love, Parama Prema, filled with that love, he went to see Krishna. And what is the offering he's taken? Some beaten rice or flattened rice, chuda. The wife gave something tied in the corner of his cloth that he took. So, but he was very shy. Can I offer this this Judah to Lord Krishna, King of Kings. But what grace Krishna showed. He was moved by Kuchala's devotion. He himself put his hand to his tongue. What? Why you are hiding it? He untied it and took the chuna and told it's most delicious. And not only that, he tells his wife Rukmini, give him oil bath. Make him comfortable. So all this tremendous expression of love, in that atmosphere, he forgot to ask Krishna to get rid of his poverty in his home. So after everything is done, he is going back. Halfway has already gone. Then he suddenly knew, what? My wife told me to ask Krishna about moving poverty. I didn't ask at all, I forgot. Then he surrendered. Oh Lord, it's your will. Whatever you will, it will happen. But he had that such tremendous Shraddha in the name of Krishna. Before he reached the home had become palace. Everything was so nice and they could not believe their eyes, wife and children. They could not believe. All the people who are neighborhood, who are ridiculing them, who are showing scant respect for them, they become surprised and they begin to touch their feet. That is the value of Shraddha. Because of Kuchala's tremendous Shraddha in Krishna, that resulted in receiving tremendous grace. Even when that grace came in the form of that wealth and comforts, Sudama says, oh Lord, why did you give me all this? I want you. Because of you I got this, so I want you only. So Krishna was so pleased with his devotion. All this was possible because his Shraddha was great, tremendously great, supremely great, incomparable. And there is another example. How Shraddha brought the Lord of the universe to his home. He doesn't have to go to the abode of Vaikuntha. The Vaikuntha himself came to his home. And that is Vidura, character of Vidura in Mahabharata. A person of true devotion. He is a person who had no ego. Egoless person. Very humble. And